walking Hong Kong streets. Dear Lord, show me a sign, give me a map, show me the way.
Okay, we are in Hong Kong, and these Hong Kong videos are getting kind of popular, so I'm doing something right. If you came to it and because of that, just make sure you like it and let me know, make a comment. That'll put it in the algorithm. This area is called Shau Kei Wan Road, and this is way out on Hong Kong Island, but it's kind of where, actually this road I heard used to be the waterfront in the 19th century, which is pretty interesting. And then of course, lots of different stuff happened, and actually a lot of fishermen, but I'm going to talk about that in the video itself. So, but anyways, here we are. The map is behind me, so you can kind of see. I'm between two stations here. And then you can also see the bigger map as well in the context of all of Hong Kong. And we're kind of right up against the ocean and the mountains behind us. Okay, let's just show you the street. Hong Kong. Okay, so we are in Hong Kong, and we're in a kind of a cool, interesting area that I haven't filmed, and it's called Shau Kei Wan Road. And it's marked by all these tall buildings everywhere, and what's interesting about this particular road is I found out that this road was the waterfront back in the 19th century. And now look at it, it's just filled with all these tons of tall buildings everywhere, residential, and I also found out that it has to do with fishermen. So anyways, I'm going to be talking more about this whole area of Hong Kong and pirates. There's also a lot of pirates that were historically in this area. So I'm going to be talking about all of those things, and this is just the introduction. I'm going to cut away to a couple other small parts, and we're going to come back and walk down this street. Shau Kei Wan Road in Hong Kong. So hopefully you enjoy it, and as always, I got lots more Hong Kong content on the way. Okay, 2024, we're in Hong Kong. Come on this way.
Walking Hong Kong streets, double-deck trams going by, crowded streets of people. I love this town.
Okay, so here is where we're at. I'm checking it out on the map, and this is actually my first time in this place. So I'm kind of seeing where this road goes, and it's between two stations, and what I'm going to be discovering shortly is there's one heck of a lot of tall buildings everywhere, which is pretty cool, and also very Hong Kong-ish as well. We are on Hong Kong Island, so you got mountains on one side and ocean on the other side, and then you have some of these long corridors that go east and west across Hong Kong Islands, kind of parallel with the ocean. But this particular street was the waterfront in the past, which is pretty interesting. I had no idea about that. And it's also known for pirates. So historically, it was an area known for pirates. And also there's a lot of shrines too. So we'll see if we can come across any. I don't recall seeing any on the street, but we'll look now. Oh, okay, and one of the pirates is Po Hong Cheng. So we'll see if we can see any references to him as well. He's actually known in Macau as well. Okay, so anyways, this district is filled with restaurants and people. So I'm gonna just check it out and kind of see all these restaurants on the corner. One of the things that I'm kind of thinking about when I'm walking down this street is just how kind of canyon-esque a lot of these streets are. They're just on another level. So I live in Macau, where they're usually like, there's some pretty tall buildings in Macau as well, but Hong Kong just kind of steps it up a whole other level. And especially when I look at these corners, like these corners, are another level. So okay, we're gonna walk across the street, and actually we're just kind of waiting right there to get across the street anyways. Let me see, Shau Kai, this is the name of the street, is a Chinese word for a basket used to wash rice, much like a colander. And then Wan means bay. Okay, so like a rice washing bay. And I guess the name appeared as early as the Ming Dynasty in the book called The Great Chronicles of Yue, which I'm probably mispronouncing. My apologies for that. But a little bit of information for you. Another name of the area is Bay of Starving Men because there was a large typhoon that hit in the 18th century. And I guess it was a group of British merchants that were stuck there and there was no food. So it's also the Bay of Starving Men. That's kind of interesting. I didn't realize that. So that's, I guess those are some of the Chinese names for it. Okay. So basically, I guess what the history is of this area was Shau Kei Wan was known as a storm shelter, which is ironic because the typhoon really destroyed it at that one time period. But in general, it housed a large fishing population. So the population was up to like 1,200 people in 1841. And at that time, it was roughly 5% of the Hong Kong population. So that's kind of interesting. I didn't really realize that it was quite like that. Yeah. And I guess in 1860, piracy was a big issue. So that was kind of the issue at that time. And I guess by 1911, the area was almost 6,000 people and the males were 4,000 people. That's like 67% of the population was men. So and then it became kind of an industrial area. That was 1911, 1920s. Light industries began to move into the area. So I guess before then it was like kind of pirates and fishermen and stuff like that. After World War II, it developed into a fish trading market, which still holds its position today. And I guess many mainland Chinese refugees settled in this area and they built 13 mountain villages. Everything's kind of like on the ocean and the mountains, so this would have been right along the shore like that. And then the 1960s, a lot of public housing estates came up, and then they also started building, now it's a densely populated residential district. So that's kind of some history to it now. Okay, wow, check out these tall buildings. So I'm just kind of reading from some Wikipedia sources is what I'm doing, and just kind of informing you of what that says about this area. You might have to look it up to find out more information about it, of course. And now we're just going to be exploring, looking down the roads, checking out all the people. That guy's checking stuff out too, just like me. He's probably watching me with my camera, possibly. Those little tram lines above us, you can see those up in the sky a little bit. Those are tram lines. So one of the trams just went by and it went down that road. There it is. So tram lines do go down here, and they basically go all the way across Hong Kong Island, on the northern part of Hong Kong Island, all the way from, I couldn't tell you the stations, but at least you'd be on it for about an hour because it goes quite slow and stops at many, many stops. So if you did ride those trams, and you can see that blue one to the left right there, yeah, that's it right there. Yep, that's it. So, but you can also take buses, and they'll be a lot faster, and trains will be a lot quicker, of course, as well. Probably 20, 30 minutes probably to get from the end of the tram line by bus or train. Tram's about an hour, maybe even longer. But they are beautiful, and I hope they stay. They're really popular with tourists, and they're very low priced as well. Okay, so we're still walking along a road, big wide roads. Look at that beautiful tree. There's somewhere that I was reading about in this area, and we'll see if we can find it later. And I don't know if I filmed it or not, but apparently there was a large tree that was in this area, and they left it there. And it's actually the most, it's, let me see where this tree, what did it say about it? It was a fig tree. So when the street was widened, there was a large fig tree that was preserved. We'll see if we can see that. I don't know if that's in this video or not, but that's on the street. But mostly this street is known for pirates, which is kind of cool. If in 2024, it's kind of cool. I'm sure it wasn't very cool back then, because my reading about pirates is they would kidnap people and then hold them for ransom. So a pirate is not a person you really want to have them be on you wouldn't want to be on their radar, basically. Okay, so let's see, we're going to keep on strolling down all these big tall buildings of this interesting area. Another tram. Let's see what else I can tell you about this area. Okay, there's another attraction called the Hong Kong Museum of Coastal Defense. So that was originally built by the British in 1887. So that was to protect Hong Kong, which we won't be able to see. But I think the biggest one around here is the Shau Kei Wan Wholesale Fish Market. So that would be somewhere in this area as well. And this whole area was pretty much dominated by fishermen for the longest time. And the fishing village worshipped Tin Hao, who was kind of a goddess of fishermen. Goddess? God. Tin Hao. Mazu. So I'm kind of reading about a goddess, Chinese sea goddess. So, and she's originally from Fujian. And they also put up shrines to her in Macau as well as Hong Kong. Look at these beautiful streets. Got the tram lines, there's tall buildings. A red taxi goes by, you see lots of red and green taxis, which is quite beautiful. And then the red one goes by there. Iconic buses as well. The buses are so much nicer in Hong Kong than in Macau. They're like so new and beautiful and big and spacious. Streets are bigger and spacious as well, so kind of makes sense. And also, if you notice, like check out, there's a purple building, but then there's a green building being scaffolded, and then down the road there's like a kind of a brownish yellow one, but then a pink one down there as well. If you kind of look around and kind of observe a little bit in Hong Kong, it's actually strangely somewhat colorful. There's some really nice, they paint some of these buildings and just keep it looking good. And there's good evidence of it right here on the street. Way down there, there's also an orange, different shades of like kind of orange and lemon and yellow and such way down at the end. So it's kind of good to see that. Some family outing there. So yeah, this street is interesting. It's not really a place where tourists go, unless they're curious to see the fishing market. But there's other fishing markets in Hong Kong as well. The coastal defense, but there's other coastal defense things as well. So. Okay, so we're actually gonna be walking towards, I think we're basically walking towards the station, and then I'm probably gonna turn off the camera, which is in about 40 seconds. But yeah, check out all the colorful buildings there. We'll give you some kind of conclusion just since you made it all the way through. If you did make it all the way through, maybe let me know. Maybe make a comment down below and just kind of say, yeah, you can even write that, yeah, made it, I watched all the way to the end. So yeah, you made it, congratulations. Let me know, because I am kind of curious how many people make it all the way to the end and watch the full video. But anyways, this is another little slice of Hong Kong for you, so hope you enjoyed it. And keep on watching, I have a lot more other Hong Kong stuff coming up in the future as well. Okay, 2024, we're in Hong Kong. Come on this way.
Walking Hong Kong streets, double-deck trams going by, crowded streets of people. I love this town.